welcome back to my channel. For today's video we're going to be doing a full face of Drugstore makeup. There are a couple of first impressions, so yeah, if you want to see how I got this makeup then just keep watching. Okay, so I've just got out the shower, as you can tell, and I've gone ahead and I filled in my eyebrows, and for my eyebrows I used the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and that it just looks like this, and then on the other end you just have the little spoolie, and I didn't really like it. Like, I've got a lot of hair on my brow as it is, and this for me would just be for filling in like little hairs at the front of your brow. So I also went in with this brow powder in soft brown, and this is just from Freedom. I think you can still get this in Superdrug, I'm not actually too sure, but I just used that to fill in the rest of my brow. It's a little bit warm, but it's what it is. So I'm going to start off with my face today, and I'm going to go in with, now I've actually never used this before and everyone kind of says it's amazing, and there's like 2 products in this video that everyone kind of like raves about, but I've actually never used in my life, and that is the L'Oreal True Match foundation. So I'm going to take this, and I got mine in golden beige, so I'm just going to take all over my face. I wasn't too sure what shade to get, because obviously I've never used this before, so I got the golden beige to kind of match my tan. Might be a little bit too dark, but we'll see. So it's applying quite nicely. I wouldn't say it's like full coverage, but we'll see if it's buildable. But it seems to have like a nice finish on it. It's not too matte, not too dewy sort of thing. So I'm just going to kind of go for like an everyday kind of makeup look in this video, like nothing too crazy on the eyes or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of just keep it quite simple, very skin focused, which is why I wanted to try this foundation, because obviously everyone says it's so good. So I put 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and that's kind of just done like the bottom portion of my face, and it seems to have covered quite a lot, to be honest. I mean, I don't think I've used this foundation before. If I have, I probably didn't like it. I remember having one in my drawer for like ages, and I never used it, so I ended up giving it to my mum. But I'm gonna give it a good old go again. What's everyone else's like favourite Drugstore foundation? Because my favourite is probably the Maybelline Fit Me. Although I was really upset when they changed their packaging from like the nice glass bottles to this squirty tube. But I guess that's better for like travelling and stuff. I had a brand new Fenty foundation, and I took it to Magaluf with me because it was like a really nice like kind of like tan shade, and I tanned before I went, and I put it on my bedside table, and I was charging my phone at the same time, so my charging wire was like next to my foundation, and I went to pull my phone off charge, and I knocked the whole thing, and the whole thing just smashed on the floor, like a brand new bottle, and I was absolutely wounded. Like, I was like there for like 10 days. I just wanted to go home on the first day because smashed me bottle on the floor. And that's like not a cheap foundation either. So like if I'd have dropped like a glass Maybelline Fit Me, I'd have been pissed. But it wouldn't have been like the end of the world, because it's like what, £6? But you're talking like £28, £30 for a foundation all over the floor. Fuming. Okay, so I'm really enjoying that, and I don't think the colour's that off either. It's actually quite nice. We like. And then I'm just going to take my sponge and just kind of pounce over the top, just to get off any excess product and to really push it into the face. I always do this step because I feel like it makes my makeup look a little bit less cakey. What's everyone's plans for our lockdown 3.0? and many of you still like able to work. I'm quite fortunate, like we're still able to do like takeaways and stuff at the weekend in the bars, and then I'm just doing like 1 day a week at the shop. But how's everyone keeping busy? I've just signed up to like a 12-week makeup course with Stacey Marie, and I cannot wait. So it starts on Monday, and she's basically, what she's done is she's dropped the price of her course down from £300 to £50, which I think is absolutely incredible. So that starts on Monday the 11th of January. So what day is it today? Yeah, I'm not really too sure. But it starts on Monday the 11th of January, and I literally cannot wait. Like, I've been wanting to get back into makeup for ages, but I've just never really had the time. So I think lockdown's kind of where I want to kind of, what's the word, get better. So if you haven't already, I'd absolutely like check it out, because you can't go wrong with a course that was £300 is now £50. So it's all online. So what she's doing is she's doing like all the Instagram lives, talking you through how to kind of like do everything, which I can't wait. Okay, so moving on to concealer, and this is the other thing that I haven't tried that literally everyone raves about. I'm in a group chat on Instagram with a load of like makeup artists and people that just love makeup, and I was asking them like what their favourite concealer was, and like drugstore concealer, and every single one of them said the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. Now, I've never tried this, so I feel really like, I don't feel like I should be allowed. I feel like I've really failed at life. So I got mine in the shade Extra Fair 4, and it's pretty light, so we'll see if this works. Take that under the eyes. A little bit on the forehead. See, the colouring on my foundation does look a little bit off to my neck on here, but in person it doesn't look that bad. So I'm just going to blend that in with my sponge. What's everyone's like ride or die like drugstore product? Like, I don't really know what mine would be, because it's so hard, because drugstore makeup's really stepped up their game in the last like couple of years. Like Makeup Revolution, for instance, they've really got their shit together. So if you're going to like a desert island and you could only take one drugstore product with you, what would it be? Is this the right concealer? Because I feel like it's a little bit dry. Maybe that's just me and my dry ass skin, but I don't know. But we'll see. The talent in my group chat is absolutely incredible, so they can't be wrong. But I guess just not all products work for everyone, so we'll see. I don't particularly have dry skin, but today it's just been like, I've moisturised about 3 times before starting this video, just because I was just a bit like flaky and gross, but then I've not been feeling too great, so that would probably be why. This is the first video that I've like ever done where I've not had like an alcoholic drink like during or before. Like, I get really nervous and I just feel like a gin really helps the nerves. But this is the first video that I've not like actually had a bev to be able to like calm my nerves a little bit. It sounds really weird, because even though like I'm sat here like completely like on my own, I'm not. Like, whenever I like did my makeup before, I'd like sit and like talk to myself like while I was doing, like, oh my god, so I'm gonna take my beauty blender. But now it's like, it's just a bit scary. Okay, so I don't actually hate that. It actually looks quite nice. I wish I'd gone like up a shade, because it is a little bit too light. Okay, so I'm gonna cream contour, and I'm gonna take my, what is this? I'm gonna take my Primark foundation and contour stick in the shade Chai, and I'm just gonna put that everywhere that I want to kind of bronze. Then I'm just gonna take another foundation brush and just blend that in. Has anybody set any like goals and stuff for like 2021. I appreciate like we don't really know what's gonna happen in this year, considering last year was a bit non-existent. But has anyone got like any goals and stuff? I watched Rachel Leary's video where she made like her manifestation board, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna like give that a go. And it was honestly like the most relaxing thing to do, like to sit there and kind of go through the things that you want to do with your year, your goals, your plans. And it was just really nice. Like I put things on there such as like traveling, and I want to hit 1,000 subscribers at some point this year. I'm really hoping to, I mean, I've not even hit 100 yet, which it's obviously a long way to go, but eventually like I want to do that. And it could be like little things, even so much as like drinking more water or exercising a little bit more, or to have less takeaways. Just anything you want to achieve, you basically put it onto like a mood board, and then you set it as your like laptop or your phone background. And honestly, it's so nice to just do. And I've made mine like really aesthetically pleasing as well, all like nude colors and stuff. And it was just really good to kind of just sit there and think, okay, what do I actually want to do this year? Like, but it was really good. So what's everyone's kind of like plans for the year? Has anyone else made like a plan board, or am I just weird? But if you are the type of person that like likes to have something there to kind of motivate you, I would absolutely recommend doing it, because like I said, it's not something I would normally do. But I sat down for like a couple of hours last night and I looked on like Pinterest for like nice images of, I want to go to Paris. Like I want to travel at some point. It was just really relaxing to do. And think about it, like if you achieve like all of those goals before the year's done, like how amazing is that to look back on? Like I made these goals at the start of the year and I've just achieved every single one of them. Like that's incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna bake under my eyes, and for that I'm gonna take the Revolution baked powder. I think this is in, oh, I thought it was in like banana, but it's not, it's in medium yellow. So I'm just gonna take that under my eyes. And then I'm just gonna set my face with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is in translucent. You can't really go wrong with this powder. Like it genuinely keeps you matte throughout the whole day. Well, majority of. And it's like $3.99. Okay, so our face is all set. So we're gonna move on to bronzer. So I've got two. So I've got more of a standard bronzer. This is from Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade What Shady Beaches. And then I've also got the Revolution Bronzer Reloaded in Long Weekend, which is like a baked bronzer. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this first and then put this kind of over the top to make it a little bit more glowy. So I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild bronzer in What Shady Beaches, and I'm just gonna put that and use this more of like as a contour rather than a bronzer, because we're gonna go over the top with the Revolution one. I'm just gonna put that and focus that just where we want to contour. Pop some on my forehead. I say this in like every video, like I just wish I had a big forehead that I could contour. Because I really love, I've got something in my eye every time. And then just on a smaller blending brush, I'm just gonna run some of that down my nose. And then taking just a bigger blending brush, it's got a little bit of blush on. I'm gonna take the Revolution Baked Bronzer, and I'm just gonna put that over the top of where we've just put the Wet n Wild one. So this is just a little bit more of like a reddier tone as well, which I quite like because it makes you look a little bit more like you've been in the sun rather than you just put a load of bronze on your face. That's what I think anyway, just talking shit. My hair's getting lighter and lighter throughout this video as it's drying. It looks so weird. I'm really ginger at the moment because I can't get my hair done. My extensions have grown out like that much. Like it's Lockdown's hard. Like, I'm not a pretty girl. I need help. Okay, so moving on to blush, I'm going to take the Sleek Makeup blusher in Keep It 100. And this is just really pink. I'll keep trying to find like a nice corally pink blush, but I just can't find one anywhere. I had a Sleek, this is like my second ever Sleek blush. And the last one I had was, what was the name of it? I don't remember the name of it, but it was literally exactly the same as NARS Orgasm. And it was stunning. Like, it had like the little glitter flecks in it, and it was like a little bit orangey, a little bit corally, but a little bit pink, and just stunning. But I don't have that no more, which is sad. I don't actually know whatever happened to it, to be honest. Take a little bit on my nose. I always put way too much blush on, but then by the end of my makeup and I've like finished everything, I'm like, where's my blush gone? So I always put on a little bit too much when I first apply it, because it just kind of disappears into my face. So for highlight, I did pick up two from Makeup Obsession. So this is Mega Destiny, and then we've got Mega Metal. And I think both of these are going to be too dark. I don't know if you can see. Maybe I'm going to try and give this one a go. And this one's Mega Destiny. I'm really nervous to put this on my face because I'm actually really happy with my base at the moment, and I don't really want to put on like a shit highlighter, so I'm scared. I'm not mad at that at all. It's a little bit more on the whiter side than I like. I like more of like a champagne-y kind of highlight, and you can definitely see where it is on my face. Like, it has left, like, it is a little bit too dark basically. I'm trying to only put it on lightly so you can't see like a big old line on my face. Okay, so that's the finished skin. Other than the highlighter, I'm not mad at any of that, but then the highlighter is kind of like my own fault because I got one that was a little bit too dark. But the concealer's set really nicely, the foundation looks stunning. I'm not even mad at the eyebrows anymore. They're a little bit too warm, but we like. Okay, so for eyes, I picked up one of the XX Revolution Beauty London palettes, and this is just one of their little 4 palettes, and I'm not gonna lie, these are a little bit expensive. Like, this was £10. But look how pretty the packaging is. Ooh. Okay, so that is just what it looks like. Can we just, yeah, that is stunning. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to keep the eyes quite simple. So what I'm probably going to do is this one first, as just kind of like a transition. There's a little bit, quite a lot of fallout actually, but they're really pigmented. So just blending that out. So these are, ooh! So these are just colours that I would probably use like on an everyday basis. I just kind of like to chuck them on really. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. Just want you to bear in mind, this is not like an actual like makeup tutorial. Like, I just want to show you the products and stuff that I've been using and some new stuff that I want to try. I don't want anyone to be like, oh my god, you're blending shit. Sorry, Karen. Fucking mind your own. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep blending that and kind of add into it until I'm happy with. See the way it is looking? The majority of the products in this video are actually all first impressions as well, so I don't hate them. Like, I'm really impressed so far. So I've just kind of brought it all the way out. And now I'm doing this really retardedly. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here at the bottom. Do they have shade names? No, they're just shade 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I'm just gonna pop that in the crease. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a small amount of concealer just on this part of my lid here so that the glitter's got something to stick to. And then I'm just going to take a little brush just to blend that out. It's not a cut crease or anything like that, so you don't have to be kind of precise or anything. I'm just... So just going to blend that out. Just to kind of like halfway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the darker brown in this palette and just kind of blend in that concealer to the eyeshadow. Just so that there's no harsh lines. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take any black eyeshadow and just kind of put it on the outer corner. I'm just using the black from the Alexa Stone X Revolution palette. I'm just going to pop that then on the outer corner. It's glitter time. I don't really know the best way to do this. Do I apply it with my finger? Do I put it on a brush and spray the brush? We'll try it with our finger first. I'm just going to take my ring finger. I'm going to pop it into that. And I'm just going to press it onto my eyelid. It looks so pretty. And then I'm just going to take it on a brush just to kind of get in the corners. Are we seeing this gold? Because I'm shook. Also, if you can hear irritating kids, that's because there's kids playing outside. And they're doing my head in, I'm not going to lie to you. Slightly in love with that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. So I'm going to take the first shade that we started off with and I'm just going to run that underneath my lower lash line. Blending it right up to the eyeshadow. And then taking a teeny brush, I'm just going to put, what am I doing? I'm going to take the black that we used on our outer corner and I'm just going to put that in my waterline and then blend that out. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to put on me eyelashes, mascara, do my other eye, and then we'll be back to do the lips. Okay, so that is the finished eyes. I've just went ahead and applied eyelashes. These are just from Molly Cosmetics. But yeah. Okay, so moving on to lips, I'm going to take my NYX lip liner in London and I'm just going to use that to line my lips. And then I'm going to take this, what is it? Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colour. And this is in the shade MOCA. And this is just like a liquid lipstick. Right, I suppose I better go and sort out my hair. Okay, so that is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. I'm sorry, what did I say? My next video. Definitely meant video.